Meta's V74 update brings support for DisplayPort out, web shortcuts directly in your app library, improved wireless casting, and more. All that coming up in today's episode of the Virtual Lowdown. What's going on, virtual friends? Welcome to the Virtual Lowdown, the show where I bring you the latest and most exciting news going on in the VR world. I'm your host Pete, and today's video will be purely meta-focused, so Quest users, pay attention. So before we get into our main story for today, I thought I'd get a couple interesting bits out there first. So Meta Connect 2025 has already been announced and will be taking place on the 17th and 18th of September. And while we aren't expecting a new headset this year, since the Quest 4 and 4S are rumored to be releasing in 2026, it's likely that this event will focus more on Meta's other projects, well, obviously, but things such as their collaboration with Ray-Ban on their recently teased Orion smart glasses. Now, this is something that has got a lot of excitement going in the kind of XR community. Previously, in my opinion, I really like the idea of AR smart glasses, but I don't think that the form factor is quite there yet. They're still just a little bit too chunky, and the functionality it's not quite where we want it to be yet, at least not for my use. So these Orion smart glasses have a lot of potential to change all of that, so I really hope we get some exciting news in this year's Meta Connect. Equally as exciting, we might see an official announcement for Meta's EMG wristband, which essentially is just like a wristband that will allow you to kind of perform hand tracking gestures to control your smart devices, like for instance your smart glasses. And I think this would be really cool. They've been teased for like quite a while now, but we've not seen anything official, but maybe this year will be the year that it comes out, because it would be a perfect kind of match for something like the Orion smart glasses. So we'll just have to wait and see. Meta might also use this year's Connect as an opportunity to showcase some third-party headsets that will be launching with Meta's Horizon OS. So if you missed it, Meta are basically releasing their own Horizon operating system for third parties to utilize in their own headsets, and we've not seen any solid examples of that just yet, but like I said, this year's Connect might change that. For our next story of the day, Meta has said that they will be giving $50 million to Horizon Worlds creators, not like directly to each creator, obviously, but it will be distributed amongst the top Horizon Worlds creators, and the amount that they get will be dependent on a number of different factors, I imagine, including things like engagement and like how long people are spending, how much time people are spending in their worlds that they created. Now, this makes a lot of sense. If you watched my previous video, there was a leaked memo from Meta where Bosworth, their CTO, said that this year will be make or break for Meta's XR endeavors, and one of the key factors of that is the success of Horizon Worlds. They said they really need Horizon Worlds to break out properly this year for them to have a chance at succeeding in their long-term goals. In the last video, I discovered that Meta Horizon Worlds actually has a flat-screen mobile app. Like, I had no idea that existed. It's been around for a little while now, but that was a step towards expanding Horizon Worlds, trying to increase its user base, and this again is another step to really try to push creators to create something that people will want to spend more time in Horizon Worlds, and I think that's one element of getting people into Horizon Worlds, like replayability, having a reason to actually go into the app, but I'm not sure that's the entire picture. We'll have to wait and see what kind of impact this will have on the user numbers for Horizon Worlds. And now, the reason you're all here, the Meta V74 update is bringing us 10 new features or updates. The first one I think a lot of people will find very exciting, and that is web shortcuts directly in your app library. So basically now you can add a shortcut to any web URL directly to your app library, so you can access it like you would any other app. This is going to be super useful for obviously accessing your frequently used websites, and I've seen examples of people using it for things like Spotify and Reddit, so you can access them like you would any other app in your library. And to do this, you basically just need to go into your browser, and at the top right somewhere there'll be the menu. Click on that, and there should be an option that says add this website to your library. Click on that and you're good to go. Now, I'm sure a lot of people will have some really cool use cases for this, so let me know down in the comments what websites you'll be adding as shortcuts to your library. I'm looking for some more inspiration for myself, so any ideas are welcome. The next feature is something I've seen a lot of people request, and that is DisplayPort out support. So being able to connect a DisplayPort via your USB-C connector in your headset and then directly connect that to your TV or external monitor. Previously, we could only do this through wireless casting, but if you've tried this, I'm sure you'll know that the quality of the stream really depends on the quality of your Wi-Fi network. So if you're somewhere with poor Wi-Fi or like an unstable connection, you're not going to be able to get a good stream. While having a cable directly plugged into your headset isn't ideal while you're playing, it will enable you to have a reliable, high-resolution stream with low latency. This, I'm sure, will be a welcome addition for both content creators and just general people looking to share their experiences with those around them. But if you choose to stick with the more traditional wireless casting method, I've got some good news for you as well. Meta's V74 update is supposed to bring significant improvements to the reliability of wireless Wi-Fi streaming, wireless casting. So hopefully those of you who don't have a DisplayPort cable, or those who just don't want to have a cable plugged into your head while you're playing, hopefully we can also get some improved casting out of this new update. 2D apps that have been minimized will now be shown above the universal menu. I'm not exactly sure how this will look, but previously, if you had like a bunch of 2D apps open in the background and you like minimized them, apart from seeing them in your like app dock where you see your recently opened apps, apart from there you wouldn't know what 2D apps were open in the background. This will apparently show them in like a separate kind of section above the universal menu, so you can like have a better idea of everything you've got open and running in the background in case you kind of forgot about an app and you'd like to close it. Seamless multitasking becomes official in V74. Seamless multitasking isn't new to the Quest headsets, but it was previously an experimental feature, but now it is going to be rolling out to basically everyone, so we can all enjoy seamless multitasking. If you're not sure what that is, by the way, it's just the ability to have like a 2D app open like as a floating screen while you're in like a fully immersive VR environment. So for example, if you're playing, I don't know, like a fishing simulator and you're kind of fishing, but there's a lot of sitting around, you might want to have like a YouTube video open at the same time. Now you'll be able to watch the YouTube video while simultaneously playing your fishing game. You can have like a WhatsApp chat window. You can be chatting to people on WhatsApp, texting people, or watching videos, listening to music, whatever it is. You can have that going simultaneously while in your VR immersive experience. So that's a really cool feature, and now it's going to be rolling out for everybody to enjoy. Multi-room space setup just got easier. With Meta's V74 update, you will now be able to scan multiple different rooms in your house from one single scanning session. So previously you would have to scan one room at a time, and it could be a little bit tedious if you live in like a mansion or something like that and you've got like 20 different rooms to scan. I have no idea how many rooms are in a mansion, but now you can scan your entire mansion in one single session, just saving you a little bit of extra time and effort. Now, just to be clear, each separate room will still be saved as its own separate scan, but it just means that you can do the whole thing in one single session. And this will be particularly useful for those mixed reality experiences that require like your entire house to play. I know there's a few of them out there. Games like, was it Drop Dead The Cabin, where you can basically create your play area based on your entire house if you wish. Games like that will just become easier to set up. And I know this is something that a lot of people actually were asking for, so it will be a welcome addition to the Quest experience. Your Quest headsets will now automatically detect whether you're in a moving vehicle and can suggest for you to switch to travel mode. Now, this will be useful for people who maybe didn't know travel mode existed. Maybe you just got the headset and you're using it like on a flight or in a car or something, you didn't know it existed. This will kind of pop up and just prompt you to click on it, and it will automatically swap you into travel mode. And it's just a handy little feature to make things a little bit easier and make sure that everyone gets the most out of their headsets. Night display is set to get get some pass-through improvements. Now, I've personally never used this feature, if I'm being perfectly honest, but I know a lot of people love their night display mode, which, if you're not sure, essentially it just removes a lot of the blue light from your display, which gives everything more of like a sepia, like a warm kind of tone, and that just reduces the strain on your eyeballs, particularly at nighttime when you're looking to kind of wind down and relax a little bit. So the V74 update is bringing improvements to night display while you're in pass-through mode, and is supposed to bring improvements to your color balance and white balance to just make everything look that little bit better. Spatial audio is now coming for 2D calling apps. So if you recall, back in V69, that update brought us the ability to have like spatial audio for floating 2D apps. So if you had like a YouTube video open in a window over here, it would sound like the audio was coming from the YouTube video here instead of just like surrounding you from everywhere. I thought actually that update would already include things like WhatsApp, but apparently not, because that's what this update is bringing. So it's not entirely sure how this will look, but I imagine it will be something like if you have a WhatsApp window open, you could have it here and it will essentially be like a floating telephone, so the audio will come from the window. I don't really know though, so we'll have to wait and see for that one. And finally, possibly the most exciting feature for this entire update, a lot of you guys have been waiting for this, I'm sure. Meta have added a new dialog box for when your app crashes, so you can report any app crashes and bugs. I actually don't, I was going to say to them, but I actually don't know if you're reporting it to them or to the app developer or both. I don't really know. It's unclear at this point. But yeah, now basically you can report app crashes to someone somewhere and they might do something about it. And that is going to be it for this meta-fueled episode of the Virtual Lowdown. Hope you guys learned something and are excited for the new V74 update. Not a ton of like groundbreaking features in this one, but definitely a few kind of welcome updates that I'm sure a lot of people will make great use of. If you enjoyed this video, guys, I really appreciate you leaving me a like. As you can probably see, still a very small channel here, up-and-coming YouTuber, and any support from you guys is really appreciated if you enjoy the content, of course. If you want to see more videos from me, please subscribe, hit that little subscribe button. I try and post something new every single week, so there's always fresh content coming from the channel. And if you're not done here yet, then there's a couple videos you can watch right here, just kind of floating around. Click on either of those, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.